Every single year, hundreds of thousands of people pack up their lives and move here to Colorado. They're chasing the opportunity. They're chasing breathtaking mountain views. They're chasing the outdoor lifestyle we're famous for, but here is the truth. There's one mistake that can cost you tens of thousands of dollars overnight, and most people never see it coming. And that mistake is moving here without really understanding the financial realities of buying a home here in Colorado, especially when it comes to new construction. There's property taxes, there's a bunch of hidden costs, and timing the market. I'm Sophia Kathol. I'm a Colorado real estate agent. If this is your first time here, welcome. On this channel, I share the good, the bad, and the ugly about living here in Colorado so you can make the smartest decision when relocating. Whether you guys are thinking about making a move in 9 days or 90 days, I would love to help and be your go-to guide. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you do not miss a single video. Let's start with the big one, new construction tax bombs. And here's the thing, you guys, you go to a shiny new build community, the home looks awesome, it's brand new, everyone's super nice, the builder rep is very friendly, the model home smells like fresh paint, and they tell you taxes here are only about $1,200 a month. Well, yeah, that sounds amazing. I live in a new build, sounds amazing, right? You think you're going to be saving a ton of money, but what they are not telling you is that you're only being taxed on the land. You're only being taxed on the land. Say that 10 times. Because that's the only county that has assessed at the time of the purchase. Then the following year, once the house is complete and reassessed, your tax bill can skyrocket. It can go anywhere from $1,200 to $5,000, $6,000 overnight, depending on your home's value. I've had so many clients whose escrow has jumped in payment $400 to $500 a month because of this and because they came unrepresented. That's a massive shock if you weren't planning on it. Now, here's the other mistake that so many people make. They walk into new construction communities unrepresented. This is huge, you guys. I can't preach this enough. It's very important to have someone that works for you. They think, well, the builder has a salesperson here, I don't need an agent. But let me clear this up. That builder rep works for the builder. They don't work for you. They're not required to disclose future tax reassessments, or maybe they have an HOA fee increase. One of my buyers just closed on a home that had a HOA increase, and they didn't disclose that until I found that out. Their job is to sell the house and not represent you. When you go in with a realtor, someone like me, you have someone who will sit down with you and break down everything. I'll break down the HOA dues today and how they're typically going to rise over time, whether that neighborhood falls under a metro district, and how that can add anywhere from 1% to 1.8% to your tax bill. It's just really, really important. So whether that community has special assessments coming down the road, I'm going to tell you everything, what you can realistically expect your taxes to look like after the reassessment. Without that, you're essentially going in and buying blind and hoping that the sales rep is going to be honest with you. And that's how families get blindsided with bills that they can't afford, and then they end up selling. And I think that's why we see so many new builds on the market for resale, because they can't afford it. I had a very young couple who almost went under contract without me on a home in a metro district. The builder pitched them on low taxes, and once I showed them the actual reassessment numbers, it would have added almost $500 a month to their payment. That is a huge deal breaker if you weren't budgeting for it, and that is exactly why having representation matters. I cannot preach that enough. Please do not go unrepresented into new construction. Next up, let's talk about the traffic. If you've ever lived here, it's easy to underestimate how much time you're gonna spend on I-25 or Highway 36, which are some big roads here between Fort Collins and Denver. Rush hour traffic can turn a 40-minute commute into an hour and a half, and that's not just on the highways. Growth in places like Loveland, Johnstown, and Windsor means even neighborhood streets get very backed up. I live in Johnstown, and it's a one-way in, one-way out type of thing, and it gets very congested. Why does this matter? Because your quality of life in Colorado isn't just about your house. It's about how much time you're actually going to enjoy it, how much you're going to enjoy the outdoors. I've had so many clients tell me, Sophia, we thought we could live in Castle Rock and commute to Boulder every day for work, but after 6 months, they were absolutely miserable because of the commute and because of the traffic. That 2-hour daily drive stole time from their family, stole time from their activities they like doing, it stole time from the Colorado lifestyle they came here for. When you are moving here, we need to think strategically about where you work, where your kids go to school, and where you want to spend your weekends. Otherwise, you're going to spend more of the time in traffic sitting in your car rather than on the trails or maybe at the brewery having a drink. Number 3 is another pitfall: school rezoning. Colorado is growing very, 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 very fast, and when new neighborhoods pop up, school districts have to redraw their lines. That means that schools you thought your child would maybe attend in the future or for the rest of their year might not be the school they actually end up in 2 years later. Rezoning doesn't always mean bad schools. Sometimes it just means different ones. But if schools are a top priority for you and your family, you really do need to plan ahead and make sure you know someone like myself that knows someone about the rezoning. As your agent, I'm going to help you look at the district growth projections. It's not just today's zoning map. That way you're not blindsided after you've already bought your dream home, and I just want you to be prepared on what's going to come next. Let's tackle the big question: should you wait for interest rates to drop in 2025? A lot of people say I'll just wait until the rates come back down, but here's the big thing, you guys. In Colorado, waiting can cost you so much money. When rates drop, demand explodes. That's how it always is. Buyers flood back into the market, and suddenly that $500,000 house is selling now for $600,000, and you just paid way too much money on it. I have a few clients that are trying to sell their house that they bought in 2020, and they're dealing with that. Yes, you're going to get lower interest rate, but if the home price goes up $100,000, you have gained absolutely nothing. You are stuck in that house. In fact, you could end up paying more overall. Right now, buyers do have negotiating power. You can ask for concessions, you can ask for your closing costs paid for, rate buy downs, seller credits, and the moment that rates drop, that completely disappears. So sometimes buying now and refinancing later is actually the smarter financial move. But I always say, if it makes sense for you, then do it. If you can afford it, then do it. That's the only reason, if it makes sense for you. And finally, let's talk about the hidden costs. Colorado living is obviously very, very beautiful, but it is not cheap. You're going to face higher utility bills in the winter, especially if you buy a bigger home, let's just say with vaulted ceilings. HOAs can range from $50 a month over to $400 a month, depending on your amenities and your type of home. Many neighborhoods in northern Colorado as well are within a metro district, which means your property tax bill can run anywhere from 1% all the way up to 1.8%, and that is higher than you might expect. Yes, we're still cheaper than, let's just say, Texas, but that is high. You also need to plan for things maybe like snow removal. If you're coming from Florida, we get some snow. You got to plan for sprinkler blowouts, furnace maintenance. We do have some hail damage insurance claims you got to prepare for. These are not deal breakers, but if you're not budgeting for them, they can feel like a huge slap in the face. So make sure that you have a reserve fund in case these come up. So how do you avoid these costly mistakes? Simple. You do not go alone. You work with someone who lives here. I'm a Colorado native. I would love to help you. You work with someone who knows how Colorado works and who can walk you through what your property taxes will really look like after reassessment. Yes, it might look great when you first move in, but what's it going to look like next year? Whether that shiny new build comes with a metro district tax you didn't plan for, or how long your commute will be in real life and not just on Google Maps. Whether waiting for lower rates is actually going to cost you more money, that is literally my job, and I will spill everything to you guys. I just want you to have all the information that matters to me to make sure you're not going in blindsided and purchasing something that come with hidden costs. If you're moving to Colorado, drop a comment below and let me know where you're coming from. I love hearing your guys' stories. I would love to help you, and of course, do not forget to subscribe so you do not miss my future videos. And if you've got any questions, please, you can call, text, email, book a call through my calendar link, and we can chat on Zoom. My info is in the description, and whether you're thinking about making a move in 9 days, 90 days, or maybe 9 months, I would love to be your go-to resource. Like I said, I'm a Colorado native, so I know everything. I know the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I'm here to help you navigate it all so you can find the perfect place here in Colorado to call home. Please reach out anytime, and I would love to help you make Colorado your next home. I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye!